He's an 8-15 fighter. Had a pretty good amateur career. He had 67 amateur fights, won all kinds of local and amateur championships in West Virginia. But he's sort of an opponent-type fighter. Since turning pro, he's had 5 straight losses and 10 out of his last 13. But he told me the biggest problem is like all of these type fighters, is taking fights at short notice because he loves to fight. 4 of his last 5 fights, though, for James North have gone the distance. But his problem is he's having trouble getting regular training. James North. His regular trainer, Tom Davenport, isn't even with him tonight. So he's kind of on his own. The book on him, he's got a decent jab. He likes to counterpunch. Told me in the first round of the fight to try to kind of read Damon McCreary in the early going and then react to him. He also said he's got an uppercut. He also, on the personal side, is a barber when he's not working in the ring. So
well, you got 2 barbers. Damon McCreary is also a barber, so this is a battle of the barbers here.
Well, he's a barber and a baker.
But James North, he's an active fighter. That's one thing you got to say for him. I mean, he had 5 fights in 2006. His last win was what, April 29th, 2006. That was a TKO win over Ed Goins. So he stayed very busy. And now, does that help in your career? Maybe, but not always when you start going up and down in weight.
The problem, Benny, is short notice fighters. He got stopped his last time on the 4th round by Anthony Durrell in a fight in California. Here comes the colorful Damon McCreary. Now, Damon hasn't fought since July of '01. That's 5.5 years ago. He kind of got railroaded in a deal. He made some mistakes as a kid, ended up incarcerated as a guest of the state of Michigan. Yeah, but he took the time while he was behind bars, and really, he said, I learned a lot from it. He said, I straightened myself out from the kid that I was to the man that I am today. And anytime a kid does that, I got to stick up for him. So we wish the best for him. He's walking the straight and narrow now. And he worked and trained every day while he was incarcerated. And he's a nice kid, so I wish him the best. He had 30 amateur fights in his career. And he had an extensive a series of championships as an amateur too. He was a 2-time Golden Gloves champ in '97 and '98, a Silver Gloves champion. He was a state champion in Michigan, and then he was Detroit City champion. It's going to be kind of tough to have all those.
Oh, absolutely. And he's, you know, he was in Adrian, Michigan at the correctional facility there. And he was allowed to train, was not allowed to fight, but he was allowed to train, so he's kept himself in great, great shape.
All right, we're set to go. Let's get this one in the way. Here's Pete Trevino to get this one started.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the fighters for your next contest. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the red trunks trimmed in white, standing 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighing in at 169 pounds. He comes to the ring with a professional record of 8 wins, 15 losses, 1 draw, and 3 big wins coming by way of knockout. He is the West Virginia state champion, representing Charleston, West Virginia. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome James "The Heat" North. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the white trunks, standing 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighing in at 170.5 pounds. He comes to the ring with a perfect professional record of 11 wins, no losses, no draws, with 8 big wins coming by way of knockout. Representing Detroit, Michigan, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Damon the Bulldog, the Reason, the Assassin, McCreary. Referee Ron Cunningham with fight instruction.
So Ron waits for his fighters to get their robes off and get over to the center of the ring for the final instructions before we get this 6th rounder underway.
Boy, how anxious you think Damon McCreary is for this fight.
Oh, he is.
In the locker room, I want a good, clean fight. When I say break, you guys stop punching, take a full step back, protect yourself at all times. Okay, here's the belt line here, here's the belt line here, okay? Touch them up, good luck, let's go.
All right,
That's not exactly touch him up. Huh?
You take a look at the tail of the tape, you see McCreary, a couple of inches taller, a pound heavier. He's a year older. He has 1 inch advantage in reach, and he's coming off that July 01 third-round technical knockout over Etienne Whitaker here in Michigan. So he's been in with some good ones. This kid can fight, and we'll see how good against James North. Here we go. Quickly across the ring comes McCreary, and he attacks him. That's his style. North is going to hold him off in the early going till he settles down. McCreary loading up the shots right from the beginning.
Well,
he's a showman, isn't he, Benny?
Oh, absolutely. And right away we asked him, how's your body shot? He said, my body shot is so good, I will not only know what his ancestor ate, but what he ate, I go that deep.
We'll see. He looks pretty good in the early going anyway. Holds the hands high, feints out there with the left hand. Both of these guys, as we mentioned, have good amateur backgrounds. A perfect professional record for Damon McCreary, and he's had a lot of time to think about his first professional fight after his problems that he had, and he's having a pretty good start to this one with the uppercut in there, banging the body. He loves the uppercuts, and you heard what Benny said that he would do with the body, but he's not afraid to go to the head either. North needs to get away from him, get some room. Don't sit on the ropes.
Well, he's doing the wrong thing. And the part of North, too, when he does throw his punches, awfully wide, very wide, and McCreary's going to time that out.
He's just catching right now, and North is paying the price for it. North needs to slide down the ropes or grab these guys, and that's it. Walk him back like that. Keep walking him back and make Ron Cunningham separate you. Get your room. But McCreary smothers him, loops the right hand. Now he needs to come with his uppercut, and he does. Look at this guy, just teeing off. Caught him with a good left hook.
It's over.
Straight right hand. He looks like the referee can step in at any time. Banged him behind the head. Loading up shots here in round number 1 is Damon McCreary. The guy hasn't thrown a punch back. The ref can stop this fight at any moment. Look at this. How many more is he going to let him take to the head before he does stop it? That's about 10 or 12 or 15 shots. Big uppercut. And now the referee comes in and does stop the fight. Well, he gave North every opportunity. A big first-round technical knockout victory for Damon McCreary. Well, Benny, all I can say is he lived up to everything he said he would. He came like a house of fire.
Yeah, he can punch. He has real power. You don't knock out Etienne Whitaker unless you can really punch, and 5 years out of the game has done nothing to lessen his punching power.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, the whole time in the correction facility there in Adrian, Michigan, he had a chance to train. They wouldn't let him fight, but he kept himself in great physical conditioning. And he said, I had a mental plan for when I would get out of the Correctional Institute and I would go ahead and resurrect my boxing career. And boy, he was very anxious to get going. Here's some of the replay. And you're going to see the wicked, wicked power of Damon McCreary. Going to the head, going to the body. There's those 2 shots right there to the body. And then finally ended up shooting that right to the head. And Doug, you can see the tremendous power in this guy. He just lets him go.
Yeah, and his technique is decent for somebody who's been out of action for so long. And obviously the mentality of a puncher, he really believes in that power, so he's letting his hands go from the opening bell.
Well, I asked him right off the bat, and I said, do you know anything about this fighter? He said, I don't care. I don't care to know anything about this fighter.
It came at 149 of the first round, and Ron Cunningham gave North all the opportunity. We mentioned he better slide down those ropes.
Yeah, and he's looked good. I mean, he's ready, and I tell you what, he's got a lot of people behind him, Colonel. Some pretty good people behind him.
I like him. All right, we're all set for our ring announcer, so let's make it official with Pete Trevino Jr. Go ahead, Pete.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Ron Cunningham calls a stop to this matchup at 1 minute and 49 seconds of the very first round. For your winner by TKO, Damon, the Bulldog, the Reason, the Assassin McCreary.